From the Bob Mills Weather Center, Oklahoma weather expert, Cassie Heiter.
Warm day today, and it's been so dry. I know that's about to change. I'm excited.
Some rain. Yeah,
we do need some rain, and I'm excited
for
for the fall temperatures that are coming behind it.
Yes,
It'll be a big change.
It's almost November, for goodness sake.
I know. It's that time of year. We're just kind of going through transitions here. We get a little bit of everything, but right now it's certainly warm and dry, but the pattern is definitely looking the complete opposite by the time we get to about midweek of next week. We're going to see some big changes, but today it's been sunny and it's been very warm. In fact, Jen, you were talking about it's been hot. Well, for some of us, that's certainly been the case with temperatures in the 90s in parts of the state today, and we're still there in parts of western Oklahoma. But the Star Regency camera, part of our Lucky Star SkyCam network, still lots of sun. We're at 85 degrees with the wind out of the south coming in at 6 miles an hour. You can see the low 90s all across western Oklahoma. We do have some low 80s across the east and kind of a mix of mid and upper 80s here in central part of the state. But a north wind between about 5 to 10 off to the east, while really parts of central western Oklahoma, that wind is coming in out of the south to southwest between about 5 to as much as around 15 miles an hour. But the big part of the country is mostly pretty quiet. We do have some showers across the east coast, and we've got some clouds moving in from the south. That's part of what is still Hurricane Norma. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But for the rest of the weekend, it's going to continue to look a lot like what today did. We're going to see lots of sun. We're expecting temperatures to be in the 80s. Now, tomorrow in the afternoon, we will see some high clouds start to build in later in the day, but that pretty much goes away, it looks like, on Sunday. But next week, we're watching the remnants from Hurricane Norma move into Oklahoma as early as about Monday evening for parts of southeast Oklahoma, while the rest of us will see that rain as we get into Tuesday. And then a storm system comes in behind that by Wednesday, and that's going to reinforce that rain across the state. And Thursday, it looks like we get a little bit of a break before yet another wave of rain comes in on Friday. But behind that storm system, eventually, we do start to cool down. Some data brings our temperatures down and to the 50s for highs. Some of us don't look quite that cool, but the colder air, the truer colder air, that's going to stay off to the north. It doesn't look terribly cold just yet, but eventually temperatures will be coming back down. But going back to Hurricane Norma, it is still a Category 3. Hard to see the eye at this point right now, but a gust of about 130 miles an hour. It's generally moving off to the north-northwest pretty slowly. As we go throughout the rest of the weekend, it will slowly start to weaken before eventually becoming a tropical storm by the time we get into early next week. And that's what will send some of the remnants of that rain into parts of Oklahoma, and then that next storm system moving in about midweek. So for tonight, staying pretty quiet. I think after midnight, eventually we will see some high clouds start to move in, but dropping down to about 55 degrees in Oklahoma City. So cool, but not terribly chilly. About 54 in Tulsa, the upper 50s to around 60 in the southwest. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to have a weak boundary move through, so that's going to put at least the northern half of the state in more of an easterly wind, while the rest of us will see more of a south wind. So looking at upper 80s and low 90s across the south, but 83 in Enid, 82 in Alva, about 81 tomorrow afternoon in Woodward. Sunday afternoon, though, everyone's going to get more of a south wind. In fact, it's going to be a little bit more windy out to the west, so still very warm. Mid to upper 80s in the northwest, 89 degrees in Hobart, 90 in Lawton, 87 in Ardmore, 88 degrees here in Oklahoma City. Monday afternoon, temperatures start to come down a little bit, but we're still going to have a very gusty south wind. So low to mid 80s across the east and mid 80s across the west, and kind of a mix of that here in central Oklahoma as well. But by Monday afternoon and evening, there's your chance of rain in the southeast, so most of us staying dry, but that certainly won't be the case as we go throughout the rest of the week. Eventually, we're going to get some good rain in here. And as of right now, some of the data bringing anywhere from 1 to 2 inches across central parts of Oklahoma, while more is out to the west and a little bit less off to the south and east. And looking at football, of course, OU plays at home as we get into tomorrow afternoon, and it looks like by halftime, of course, the kickoff is at 11, but by halftime, temperatures already climbing into the low 80s. We're going to see some sunshine around mid 80s by about fourth quarter, but OSU is not at home. In fact, they're going to be in West Virginia, and it's going to be completely different with highs not making it out of the 50s and a chance of showers to go along with it. But we're going to get that rain here Tuesday into Wednesday, and as we get into Friday as well. Jen, back to you.